Hey boys, what's going on? This is Coach Kirk. I wanted to cover a couple of things for this week. We've not really done any videos on Cowboy. That's one of the defenses that we're going to be using quite a bit of here in the playoffs, and I want to make sure that everybody's in the same boat and on the same page as far as what everybody's doing. So we're going to start with the D-line. The D-line, the ends are going to have the C gap. We're going to start out in a 5 technique to a 5 technique, plus a yard on the outside. We want to make sure that they're setting the edge. For the nose and the tackle this week, we're going to have them line up just on the inside shoulder, not quite heads up on the tackle, just on the inside of that. We're going to have them stunt through to the A gap this week. I think this is, the feedback that I've gotten from the linemen is that it seems to cause a little bit of confusion for the guards in the center. So we're hoping that we can take advantage of that. Switching to the linebackers, we've got Line and we've got Rhino. If these outside guys are lined up in a traditional slot, we're going to be up on them. Well, not up on them, but we'll be within 3 to 4 yards in an effort to get hands on them while we read whether or not it's a run. If they're split out, further out, closer together with the outside guys, then what we're going to do is we're going to split the difference between the end and the outside guy here. So we'll be somewhere in this area in between whatever that equal distance is. That way, in case they try to go out that way, with a screen pass or with a bubble, we can get there relatively easy, but yet we don't lose our run responsibility, by lining way out here. That's the whole purpose of them going out there, is for them to try to spread us out. The Mike backer, because remember Cowboy, we've only got the single inside linebacker. The Mike backer, he's going to be lined up. Obviously he's responsible for the middle part of the field. From a run standpoint, he'll have the strong side B gap. And then, of course, we're going to really everything hinges on where this running back is. If they're in this formation, this running back will determine the strong side because we've got 1, 2, 3 guys over here, and we just have 1, 2 over there. So we want to make sure that we're always +1 or try to be +1 on each side of the formation. So as you guys can see, they got 1, 2, 3 here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side to watch out here. Over here, they got 1, 2. We've got 1, 2, 3. So basically boils down to the same thing that we've been doing all year. It's check run first. If the run's not happening, our cornerbacks have MOD, they have mod. So if the man goes outside or he goes deep, the corners are just going to stick him, right? If the guys come in here, they cut across the middle, they break across the middle, the corners are going to make their middle call and drop back to their outside deep quarters. Upon hearing the middle call, the outside linebackers and inside linebackers have got to have their heads on a swivel trying to find where those guys are going. Our safeties are also going to watch that. If it's not a run and it's definitively a pass, then our safeties are dropping back to their middle quarters. But we're still in a deep quarter set here, 15 to 20 yards back, watching the stuff that's underneath. Some of the things that we're going to need to pay attention to, our outside linebackers are going to have the flat curl, obviously, if it's a pass. They're watching anybody in that area here, in between 8 and 12 yards. The middle linebackers got the strong side inside linebackers got the entire middle of the field, between 8 and 12 yards. And then we've got the free safety and strong safety. So really what concerns me the most is if these guys, cut in and then these guys cut out, we've got to make sure the inside guys doing any kind of outside deep post or deep flag or deep go route, we got to make sure that we don't lose those in communication, right? We got to make sure that our free safety and our strong safety are communicating with our corners as to who's going to pick up who. If there's some kind of switch, we're going to need to watch for this guy to do a post because he can come down, and let's say that somebody else has already come out this way and he's taken off, then we're going to need to make sure that this safety is able to pick him up. If our outside linebackers, if we don't have anybody in this immediate area and the quarterback's not scrambling out, if the quarterback's scrambling out, then we're obviously going to come up and pressure the quarterback. If the quarterback's not scrambling out, then we're going to make sure that we try to get a little bit more depth and watch for the backside. That's if there's nobody in our immediate area. We've done a really good job with this so far this year, so I'm fairly confident. But this is what it should look like in a 2x2. So we're also going to break down a couple of other formations. Let me know if you have questions. All right, thanks.